The demonic lancers are one of many tragic figures in the world of DFO. Ever since the fall of Apostle Sirocco during the Screaming Cavern incident, her remnants and powers were scattered throughout Alrod. We know that the 7 largest pieces were absorbed by 7 individuals who would later form an organization called the Dreamseekers. The lesser ones that contained only her powers were absorbed by many young boys. After witnessing the power of the Apostles firsthand, the Delos Empire grew ever more greedy in their pursuit of power. They would eventually seek out the children and rip them away from their homes and families. The Empire wasted no time and conducted their twisted experiments. They would first pit the boys against each other to the death, and they would condition the victor by offering simple rewards such as more food, clothes, and warm bed to sleep. Later on, the Empire developed weapons for them in the form of a lance. For an average soldier, these lances are useless, but given to a skilled lancer, they can cause utter havoc. They also have the ability to absorb the will of their fallen opponents, adding their own while empowering their weapons. And due to this trait, they were branded with the infamous nickname, the Sons of Sirocco. Many nobles gather in a grand battle arena to see these fighters battle dangerous monsters or face off against themselves to see who's the better one. To these unfortunate souls, becoming the victor is the only way to win their freedom. We, the player, is one of said victor. After falling many foes and our colleagues, we win back our freedom, forsaking status, wealth, and honor. After bearing our lance, we say our peace, and begin our journey of redemption.
콜로세움 우승자가 부와 명예를 버리고 떠나는 건 마창사 녀석들밖에 없을 거야. 네가 그토록 바라던 곳이다. 편히 쉬어라.
Now, ever since release, the class was criticized for being a melee slayer with a pointing stick, and its 2 subclasses at the time gave that impression even more so. Now, not so much, as Impaler and Dragoon breathed new life into the class by making them interesting to have the Demonic Lancer stand out on its own. And believe me when I say this class was polarizing to say the least, right next to the Knights. Though not as much harsh criticism compared to what Knight was getting. Wandering lancers who carry nothing on their backs, detaching themselves away from the world, are known as skirmishers. They solely hone their skills and mastery over their weapon. They don't let anything distract them, even their cursed power, for that too is an obstacle. Swift and keen, they move at unnatural speeds to leap behind after images of themselves while in combat, and mirror their movements. The subclass is a parallel to Blade Master, as they both reject the source of their power to further master their weapons. Skilled Blade Masters are known to have their weapons dance and move with them during combat. Many would also note that this subclass is Demonic Lancer's canonical advancement, as he's on a journey of redemption. His Neo-Awakening story further strengthens this, as he's no longer weighted by the sins of his past, no longer boxing his guilt as atonement, and instead accepted all of it and is now truly free. Enchanted by the raw power of their weapons, they wield them with sheer brutality. The vanguards live for war and blood, and are quickly sought out by many imperial commanders and generals of the Delos Empire, and they're always seen at the forefront of every battle, to crush, devastate, and demoralize their foes at the swing of their halberds. The subclass share many parallels to the Berserker, as the obvious destructive nature of both classes, their savage, almost apex predator-like themes, to their battle-scarred ruggedness and appearance. The two live for the heat of battle, although I argue that the Berserker is fighting to stay alive more than anything else, and both are so batshit insane. The Impalers are a clear result of what would happen if a Lancer let Sirocco's power rage out of control. The lance devours their host and will continue to devour everything in their vicinity. The affected will begin to show signs of visual and auditory hallucinations, as well as talking to themselves with increasing frequency. Any Lancers that showcased these signs were quickly exiled and were seen as living failures. History would seemingly forget about them, until the eyewitnesses came forth with the reports. The survivors wielded ominous dark energy that encroached their bodies, leaving them horribly disfigured. They roamed the lands far and wide as if to look for something, while constantly talking to themselves. And if some poor fool or creature stand against them, they become food. Not to the Lancer, of course, you get the idea. The Impaler is a subclass that strengthens the Demonic Lancer's nickname, the Sons of Sirocco, as her powers are corrupting the Demonic Lancers and turning them into disfigured horrors that devour everything and everyone. Thematically, Impaler and Berserker are very much alike, since both subclasses accept their condition with all the risk that comes with it in the pursuit of power, and in the end overcomes them with each new awakenings. But Impaler comes with a heaping side of edge. Long story short, the Dragoons are... Since the demonic lancers get stronger with each will absorbed from their fallen foes, the Empire soon discovered that the lancers' powers can be intensified through battling various monsters. So they handpick the best among them and sends them out all across Arad to deal with the rampant monster problem. These lancers are soon to be known as the Dragoons, an isolated group of skilled monster hunters and trackers. They seek worthy game far and wide and grow stronger with each hunt. This process also mutates them physically, as evident by their draconian features shown throughout their artwork. The completed trainees hold a festival known as the Red Moon Festival, which consists 10 of the best lancers to seek out and hunt the biggest game and compete amongst themselves, and those with the biggest catch are given the title of Dragoon.